I love glass materials. It's a simple way to make the most boring things look extraordinary. And they can produce some stunning results. I use it every chance I get, even if it takes the extra effort. So here's how to make glass materials using Blender and After Effects. We're gonna model and animate in Blender and do the final compositions in After Effects. By the way, you can also use DaVinci Resolve for composition. I'm just using After Effects because I'm a bit more familiar with it. First up, we'll fire up Blender. Sorry. We're going to fire up Blender. And first of all, we're going to go to Edit, Preferences, and head to Add-ons. We're going to enable Node Wrangler. That's going to be important later. We'll select the cube and go to the Shader tab. This is where you design your materials to be used as textures. We're going to delete this principled shader. Hit Shift+8 to look up Glass BSDF and then connect it to the material output. This is the main shader that has glass properties. We're going to head back to the Layout tab. Go to the Scene Settings here and select Cycles as your render engine. Select your GPU device. And then turn down our sample rates to 100 because we don't want our computer to explode. We're then going to hit Z and select Render to see how our scene looks. It's invisible right now because we have no lights. Press Shift+A and add an area light. We're going to go to the lighting settings and increase the intensity. We'll press Shift+D and drag the light to duplicate it. We can then play around with the positioning and the size of the lights to make our glass material stand out. I'm going to go back to the Shader tab and switch to the World Shader setup to switch my environment color to black. It's more visible this way. I'm going to set the roughness to around 0.1. The lower it goes, the clearer your glass will be. We're going to duplicate this 2 times, so there's 3 of them. And then we're going to slightly change each of them. We're going to switch up the colors to pure red, green, and blue. We're going to change the IOR by a difference of around 0.5 for each of them. This is what's going to make our glass prismatic. Press Shift+A and bring up an Add shader. Press Shift+D and then drag to duplicate it. Connect the red and green glass shaders to the input of the first Add shader. Then connect the output of the first shader and the blue glass shader to the input of the second shader. And finally connect the second Add shader to the material output. Your glass material is now complete. You can apply this material to any other shapes you make here. I'm going to go select my cube, hit S and then X to scale it down along the X-axis. This way it looks more like a glass piece. I'm going to do the same along the Y-axis. Now here's the secret. Glass is only as aesthetic as the environment around it. And that's where HDRI maps come in. You can use an HDRI map to match the lighting on your glass to the ones in your scene. Go back to the World Shader setup and delete this background texture. Press Shift+A and look up Environment Texture. I'll then open up my own custom-made HDRI. It's an HDRI map I made in my room. You can make your own HDRI using your phone. I use Google Camera for mine. You can also download free HDRI maps from HDRI Heaven or just get them from Blender Kit. Now the glass has an environment which it even reflects. I'm going to go to the settings for the lights and turn off multiple importance. This way the light source won't be reflected. Next up, we're going to go to the modifier settings and add a bevel modifier. This will help us get edge lighting on the glass object. We'll increase the segments to smooth it out. Now I'm going to hit Shift+A, go to Image, and import as mesh plane.
How'd that get in there?
Press S to scale the image so that it fits inside.
That's what she said!
But the image is reflecting too much light and is losing its real colors. So I'm going to go to the texture settings and turn metallic all the way up. Turn down roughness so that it looks more like glass. Go to the Shader tab and duplicate this shader which has my image. Find emission on the principled shader and connect it to the duplicate image to the emission. Set emission to 1. Now the image is more visible since it's emitting its own colors. Select the image and then the glass object. Hit Ctrl+P and select Object to parent them. Now if you move the glass object, the image inside will follow. The object you select last will become the parent of all the objects you selected before. We have our glass object ready. Time to animate it. Select the object and bring out the transform properties. We can press I to keyframe each property. In the timeline, we can see where each keyframe is. I'm going to move our first keyframe here and then place another keyframe at the very beginning. I'm going to keyframe the scale to 0 here. This way our object is going to scale to its normal size from nothing. I'm going to place an extra keyframe in the middle with a larger scale to make it a bit bouncy. Let's adjust the keyframe placements a bit to make it a bit faster. That seems about alright. I'm also going to keyframe the rotation a bit following the same process. You can rotate using R. Let's adjust the lighting one last time to get that reflection. Press 0 to get to camera view and then select the camera. Go to View and enable Camera to View. Now your camera moves with your mouse. We're going to enable depth of field and select our glass object as the focus object. We're going to turn down the aperture to get that lens blur going on and make it look a bit more cinematic. Go to render settings and enable motion blur. Then fix the ratio in output settings. Set up the directory for where you want to export your render. Then render your animation. We're actually done by this point because you can just import the footage and render the glass materials on top of the footage. But for me, I like to export my materials with a transparent background and then import it into After Effects. This way I have a bit more control over the placement of the materials when I'm doing the final compositions in After Effects. Also, I want to show you this neat little trick in After Effects. We're going to import our rendered files into After Effects. Add an adjustment layer, then go to the Effects tab and look for Glow under Stylize. Apply Glow and oof, ugly, but not for long. Go to the effect settings and bump the threshold up to 100%. Switch original colors to A and B colors. Change the black and white to shades of blue. And then select only horizontal dimensions. Now start bumping up the radius and intensity until you get lens flares. It's not much, but it's definitely something. You can also do this in Blender's render composition, but I like the control I get in After Effects. I know you can do all of this with AI. Probably. I don't know. But this is fun. And what's the point of design if it's not fun? For me, this is the method that I use. If it helps you in any way to enhance your content, my goal is fulfilled. Thank you. What's up guys, thanks again for watching this video. If you made it this far, press the like button and subscribe if you haven't. And if you have any content enthusiast friends, do share this video with them in case it helps them out or if they find it interesting. And if you want, you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook. I also post content there. I'm going to try being a bit more regular on this channel by creating more long-form videos and tutorials. So be sure to hit up the notifications button. And that's pretty much it for now. Thank you.